Hi everybody, Dina here with yoga and nutrition tips. And today we're going to do a little short practice on healthy joints. So I want to keep our joints nice and healthy, and a great way of doing that is to really focus on them um, with some gentle movements. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do for our fingers, our toes, our hips, our wrists. So let's get started. So I hope all of you are doing well, keeping in your yoga practice. Remember, you don't have to do yoga every day, but once or twice a week, tuning in and taking charge of your body, making it as healthy as possible through yoga and good nutrition, and really focusing on decompressing after a long day and really paying attention to what our body needs and what we can do to make things better along the way of sometimes our challenges that we have during our day or during our week. So today, let's just focus on healthy joints. So we're going to start, as we always do, with a nice meditation, and then we'll do some breath work, and then I'll show you some nice um, things you can do for your joints. Also, wait till the end because I'm going to give you a nice nutrition tip on allergies. It's summertime and there's all kinds of allergens in the air, and I'm going to give you a nice little tip on what you can do to combat that. All right, a nice deep breath in, exhale it out. Get into a nice comfortable position. I have my yoga blanket here, and just to show you, you can sit on a blanket or a pillow. That helps to relax your hips so your hips aren't stressed out while you're in a position of seated. You can also sit in a chair, like I said, a pillow, a blanket, or you can just sit on your floor if that's comfortable. So you always want to tune in by just closing your eyes, noticing your breath coming in through the nose and out through the nose. Remember, when you do your breath work, your belly will expand out on your inhale and go towards your spine as you exhale. So focusing on your breath as you bring your breath in, your belly will expand. And by doing that, your body's getting really soft and relaxed. And it's starting to go from sympathetic to parasympathetic, which is more of a relaxing place where the body gets to get in tune and gets balanced from head to toe. Nice deep breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale in. Exhale it out. Breath in. Exhale it out. You can stay on my pattern or you can go on your own pattern. Sometimes we like to do box breath, which is maybe 4 or 5 counts in, 4 or 5 counts out, or your breath out might be longer, and that's fine. You want to take that long exhalation, which will really decompress the body. Inhale in and exhale it all the way out. Noticing how your facial muscles start to soften, you're relaxing through the shoulders, down the arms to your fingers, really focusing on your back and your hips, really softening through the hip and lower back area and down through the legs into the feet. A few more deep breaths. As you do that, you're going to notice you just really softening the body, relaxing through the sits bones, allowing space. And we're just going to sit in a nice, quiet meditation for a few minutes. And you can do this as long as you'd like, just tuning in. If you feel like you're slipping out of your meditation, that's totally fine. We don't always have to be in a perfect place of meditation. It's a practice. So every day you do your meditation, it's a little bit different. No expectations. If you start to wander off, come back to your breath. Notice the breath coming in through the nose and out through the nose, nice and softly, nice and gently. Your belly expands gently as you inhale. I'm going to come off the blanket so I can sit on the floor and get some movement. You can do the same, or you could stay on your prop. So we're going to start with some gentle stretches. So I'm just going to place my hands over my knees, draw my tummy in towards my spine, bring my chin to my chest, and just feel that nice spread of the bones in the back. And just maybe move the hips a little to the right and left as the chin goes towards your chest. As you move forward, you're going to lean forward and tip the head up. So feeling that extension through the neck. You're also feeling stretch into the hips. And then exhale it as you bring it back. Inhaling it forward. Beautiful. And exhaling it back. Inhaling it forward. Exhaling it back. This is a beautiful stretch and helps to support your joints through your spine, in through the neck. We're going to do some gentle circles, and this really helps um, to stretch and support the lower back, the muscles, the spine, the hips. Just feeling that nice gentle rotation. Take your time with it. Don't rush. Go into a place of stretch that feels good. Don't go into a place that's pushing or feeling anxiety or too much stress or any pain at all. And just finding nice, gentle rotations. And then moving over to the right and to the left, just feeling that nice extension through the rib cage and through the shoulders and the hips. Inhaling it, and then always exhaling when you go into the stretch. And you can hold your stretch if you want. You can move the head up and down. You feel those little cracks and hear those creaks coming out. Just really paying attention and tuning inwards, finding a nice, slow practice that helps you to focus on what your body is needing. Twisting, good for the spine. Twisting in the other direction. And just maybe moving the body forward a little bit. Going into a place, again, that's stretching but comfortable, and moving it to the right and left. Feeling that deepening in those hips. This is a massage for the hips. It's bringing circulation to the hips, reducing inflammation. You can tip your head down if you like, if that's comfortable. and bring it back up. Nice. So the first place we're going to start is the neck. And so with yoga, you never want to do neck circles, head circles with the neck. You want to be really gentle with your neck. So just tipping the head forward and doing half circles in front of the chest. Beautiful support for the neck, but also getting a really nice stretch and getting some nice circulation into the neck joint. Tipping the head up, inhale, feeling that nice, beautiful stretch under the jaw, feeling the jaw pull up to get that extension through the throat, and then exhaling it down. Inhale up, and bring it down. Bring the head up, and then just look gently to the right and to the left. And you want to just push it just a tiny bit into that space. Maybe tip it over to one side, bring the hand over the head and gently pull it. Bring the other arm out and gently just tap the fingers on the floor so you know that extension is full, and then pull gently. Keep your breath moving and go in the other direction. Good, really nice. Now bring it back into your, we call this seated cat and cow. So you bring it back, inhaling it forward, hopefully finding a little bit more space as you open up the body gently. Good, very good. The next one we're going to do is our wrists and our fingers. So just starting to turn the hands in a circle, generate some nice movement in the wrists, getting the fluids moving. Nice deep breaths. Squeeze the fingers and open, squeeze, open. Maybe squeeze the hands into a fist and turn, so you're getting that beautiful stretch on top of the hand, underneath the wrists, really feeling that beautiful stretch. Sometimes we don't really pay attention to our fingers and our wrists, and we really need to. It's very important. Wiggling the fingers, even bringing the fingers and connecting them and just moving them like a dance, and just feeling the rotation through the hands, the fingers. You can even grab the fingers and turn the hands in a nice figure eight rotation. It's really healthy for the wrists. And we're going to bring our hands into prayer, and we're going to push one way. So if you can't go very far, that's fine. You just want to go to the space that feels good for you. My hands are a little bit flexible, so I can push my fingers all the way back towards my wrists. They can touch, but I won't touch them now. And then bring it back and over to the other hand. If you have any wrist issues, of course, you want to be gentle or skip it if you need to. Just press gently. Bring it back up. Now bring one hand and bring it limp, and bring the other hand on top, and you're going to press down. And this can be a little sensitive sometimes. So you want to go where, again, it's comfortable for you, but you want to push it a little bit to get that beautiful stretch. And then go towards the fingers and press those fingers down so you're getting a stretch in through the knuckles. So really feel that on the top of the hand. You can even move a little bit so it intensifies just a little bit more. Nice. As you go to the other side, you can push the hand and then grab it and push it down. So your hand is going down, you're bending it forward, and you're really pressing on the top of that wrist. Find some rotation. Maybe doing a little bit of this, little figure eight. Nice, beautiful. We're going to start with the shoulder now. Now, we just want to rotate the shoulder up and back. I might do a little bit more with the wrists after. I'm just thinking what I can do more with the wrists. And I have something for you, but I'll show you in a little bit. And then we're just going to rotate the wrist back and forward. Sorry, the shoulder. And then the other shoulder forward. Really focusing on our joints. And go in the other direction. Good. Now we just do nice full rotations. If you have a shoulder issue, of course, be gentle. Take care of your injuries. Let them heal so you can continue your practice when you're ready. And then go in the other direction. Just feeling that beautiful stretch. And you're bringing nice fluids into the shoulder. Good. Let's bring our hands to our shoulders, and we're just going to find a nice big rotation. Take your time. There's no rushing when we're doing yoga. Go in the other direction. Keep your breath moving. Remember not to hold your breath. Keep your breath flowing. Great. Now give it a rest. Take a breath in for a couple of breaths just to settle the muscles and relax the joints. Good. The next one we're going to do is our knees. And so knees, nice and easy. We're just going to massage them. Just healthy hands moving around those knees. The warm sensation feels really nice on the knees. You can go underneath the knees, even massaging around the muscles around the knees. Nice. Now we're going to go down to our ankles and our toes. So get into a comfortable position, whatever works for you. I'm going to lift one foot and I'm just going to rotate my foot in a circle just to activate that ankle. Little cracks, little creaks. Again, we're going to do the other one. This just gives your leg the opportunity to relax as your hand is doing the work. You can certainly do these. Bring your legs out and forward and pull as you squeeze and open the toes. We're going to work on our toes next, which is really beautiful. So flexing and pointing, again, good exercise for those ankles. Keeps the ankles nice and strong, gets the fluids moving through them. And you're also stretching the calf muscles. And you have a major nerve that goes down the side of the bone right on the top of your leg. And there's a nerve on the side there. This, by doing circles, just helps to activate that nerve, keep it nice and healthy. Shin bones, that's the words I was looking for, right in the sides of your shin bones. So as you rotate those feet in a circle, open those toes, flex, point, turn those feet in circles, keeps the legs, ankles, and feet really healthy. Okay, let's bring it now into a nice forward fold, just to feel that stretch in the legs. You don't have to go deep. This just feels fine for me as I drop my head. I don't want to go into a deep stretch as my body is not warm yet. I just want to feel it nice and gently through my shoulders, my back, down my hips, into my legs, my calves, and bring it up. Okay, the next one for our toes, I call this yoga toes. So what you do is you cross your feet, but you put one foot forward so you have access to it. Now, you can put your foot on a pillow, um, wherever it works for you, and you're going to grab your opposite hand and you're going to thread your fingers in between your toes. So if you can get them, I know sometimes that's difficult, especially if you have joint pain or arthritis in the toes, but do the best you can to get every finger in between those toes. Once you do that, we're going to stay here for, well, I say stay here for 5 minutes, but we'll just do a short practice with this today just to show you how you do it, and then you can do this on your own. If you have toes that are starting to go in different directions or starting to get arthritic or starting to hurt, really paying close attention and practicing yoga toes is really important for your toes to keep them nice and healthy, nice and straight. As we get older, our toes start to go different directions, especially for us ladies if we're wearing heels or shoes that make our toes go in certain ways. So we want to get that separation in between those toes. And when you put your fingers in between your toes, you can get something on Amazon that goes in between your toes and you can keep them there. It's like when you go and get a spa, when you get your toes done and they put those little things in between your toes, well, you can get one of those. You can also get socks that separate each toe, and those are fun. You could sleep with them. Those are great. But just this practice alone, I like this one the best because the warmth of your hand is really warming up those joints. And so I like to move my fingers around. It's a little uncomfortable. As for me, this can be a little bit um, challenging sometimes because sometimes my toes ache. So it causes me to want to do this even more so my feet stay nice and healthy. And I just massage my feet. You could take the other hand and start to massage the foot as you keep those fingers in between those toes, massaging the joint on the side of the toe. If you have hammer toe, you really want to pay attention to massaging that bone on the outside. This is supposed to help hammer toe. So really focusing on what your needs are and giving that foot just a really beautiful massage. Take a nice deep breath. Once you get settled into it, just start to close your eyes, relax. Sometimes if it's a little uncomfortable or painful, you can massage the foot and press really hard so it takes your mind off of the toes and puts it into how that feels with what you're massaging in the foot. You can go into the Achilles, the ankle, which is really great for the ankle. And look at we're already a couple of minutes into holding our fingers in between our toes. And you'll see when you take your fingers out, you're going to have a really nice separation in between those toes. So I'm going to slide my fingers out. You can do this with a little bit of oil, coconut oil, or any kind of oil that you choose, or cream. Make sure that it's really good cream. And then you'll see how your toes feel at that. They just feel really nice and really open. They have nice separation in between them. The joints are happy. So now I'm going to switch feet. Of course, this foot can be different than the other foot. So gently and lovingly put your fingers in between your toes. And then start to move the fingers and the toes around, just gently massaging, taking care of your toes and loving them gently. You could take the other hand and start to massage the foot underneath the arch, around the top of the foot and the ankle. It just feels lovely. It just feels really nice, like you're really placing a big hug around your body and taking care of yourself. Nice deep breath. Maybe close your eyes. Notice the sensation. Notice how it feels. If it's too uncomfortable, then remove it. Maybe you can put a couple of fingers in between a couple of toes. And as you practice this, maybe it'll get easier and easier as you go on. And I like to get that movement. So I know there's blood flow flowing through there. The more you massage it, the more warmth you get in through there, the more heat, the blood flows through that better. It's just a really, really beautiful practice. We need this. We need this time for ourselves and to self-care, to really care for our body. And certainly different areas that need a little bit more TLC. Okay, I'm going to slide my fingers out. Notice the separation in my toes. You can hold it longer if you need to. And then as you move your feet and your toes around now, notice if it feels a little bit better, a little bit more open, a little bit more flexibility. And you know, this is not something we can do every day, but maybe a couple of days a week, really giving yourself that time. Okay, the next thing I'd like to do is I'm going to come on all fours and I'm going to face an angle so you can see me. And this is great for the wrists. It can be a little challenging. Do the best you can. I like to challenge you with this because it's just a great way to understand how our body is changing as we get older and how we need to take care of it so we don't get arthritis in our joints. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to point our fingers back. As we're in tabletop, we're going to point our fingers back. Okay? So make sure that your hands are underneath your shoulders. If you can't do this, you can go halfway. Okay? And then you're gently going to work your way the fingers towards your knees. And you have to gauge what works for you. For some of you who are really flexible and this is no problem, I want you to start to push the body back. So as you push the body back, your wrists are getting a really, really, really extension here, really beautiful stretch. Certainly go, again, where it's comfortable, where it feels good. You can move it back and forth, or you can hold it stagnant. It's up to you, whatever feels best. Take your breath with you. Good. Let's bring our hands back. Sit on your knees if you can and just move the hands in a circle. Just relax the wrists. And the next one we're going to do is a little bit challenging, but let's see if we can do it. So you're going to place your hand underside. So you're going to be on top of the hand. Just one. We'll only do one at a time here because it's challenging. And you may feel this right here. I have some wrist issues, so I feel this right here, and it's tender. So I'm just going to take my time and be gentle. If your wrists are good and you have no issues, you can just bend it back, pull your body back, or go into a place that's a little bit of a deeper stretch just by moving the body gently. But you'll feel that. It is a big stretch to the sides and top of the wrist and through the hand. And then relax and bring the other hand. Fold it inward, pressing it. So as you press your shoulders up, you're going to have more extension through the wrist. You'll feel that really deeply. Again, you can move it. Really good, really healthy wrists. And bring it down. And then rotation, just to give it a nice rest when you finish. Nice. The next one we're going to do is hips. So we want to make sure that our hips have some nice rotation so they're nice and healthy and get some great circulation. So you're just going to lift one leg and you're going to rotate the leg in a circle. Keep your breath moving. You can do a few, you can do many, and just go in the other direction when you're ready. Nice, slow rotation. Sometimes you may hear a popping, that's your joint. Sometimes you may feel a little bit extension with doing it. If it's too tiresome, you can give it a rest. You can move the leg forward and back. Just really great for the hips. I'm going to go in on my other leg. I'm going to rotate the other leg. Doing a great job. Both directions. Hold your tummy up. You don't want your tummy to be soft. You want it to be firm. And you can move that leg in and out. And bring it down. Good. Now we're going to come on our back. And this is really great, again, for your hips. So you're just going to move those knees, move the legs in a nice circular motion. Take your time. Beautiful for your hips. Get your breath. Take your time as you rotate the legs inward and then go in the opposite direction. Focusing on relaxing the body and just feeling that beautiful rotation in the hips. Bring your arms out to the side, and we're just going to move to the right and left. This is really nice for the back. And then I'm going to open in the center and close on the side. So we're still working on those hips really gently. Open and close. And now we're going to grab the knees together and we're going to rotate them together. Big rotation. And go in the other direction. Open the knees wide, press. Turn your feet in a circle, squeeze and flex those toes. Feeling that space in between the groin, right? Moving those legs a little bit just to feel that bigger stretch into the groin, the hips, keeping the area nice and healthy. Finding your hands to your knees as you turn your hands around the knees, circulation, warmth. Just loving your body. Bring the knees together, draw the legs up, and let's get a nice big stretch. Maybe drawing the legs up and down. You can bring your head down for this, but this is really good for strengthening not only the core, but really brings in a lot of strength and circulation into the hip area. Nice deep breath. Let's come up nice and gently. An easy way to come up, if it's challenging for you, is to roll over on your side, push up through your hands, and come back to a seated position. Fantastic. Nice job. All right, we're going to come back to our space of breath. Notice how the body feels. Notice the neck, the shoulders, the hands, the wrists, the knees, the hips, the ankles, and the feet, toes. Hopefully they're feeling nice and stretched, circulated, feeling that you give them a lot of love and a big hug. Find your breath. Very simple and easy way to keep your joints nice and healthy. Try to practice this a couple of times a week, even just once a week. Get those oils if you like, and get those fingers in between those toes. That's my favorite. I think that's the best thing. It really helps those toe joints to feel better. Well, thank you so much for joining me. And I wanted to give you a nice nutrition tip today. Because it's summer, there's a lot of allergens in the air. There's a great way to take something without having to take Zyrtec or Claritin or any medications, and that is called nettle and quercetin. And you can purchase that on Amazon. I will give you a link to it below if you'd like. It really helps to, in a natural way, to help with the allergens if it's difficult for you to get through the season with the tree and the pollen and the grass and all that kind of stuff going on this summer. I think that the allergens are strong this year, so if you want to try something a little bit more natural, nettle and quercetin is the way to go. It works really great, so you don't have to use those medications. I hope that helps. If there's anything that you need, you have any questions on anything, please let me know. Comments always help. If you can subscribe to my channel, that'd be great. And I hope to see you next time. Bring your hands to your heart. Love your body. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. Bye.